Meghan Markle wishes herself a very happy 44th birthday. Prince Harry fires off yet another legal letter and flounces out of his ruined charity, blaming everyone except himself. Just another weird week on planet Sussex, where the gruesome twosomes' extraordinary lives get stranger by the day. Watching this tawdry real-life soap opera in all its lack of glory is becoming an almost painful experience. You can only feel sorry for a starry-eyed couple who fled to America with well-meaning plans to save the poor and the vulnerable, but now increasingly look as if they need to be saved from themselves. What can you say about a Californian royal wannabe who basks in the warm glow of an Instagram post by her oddball online business as ever, gushing, "She pours her vision and magic into every detail, and today we raise a glass to her." Classic Meghan word salad that you can bet your bottom dollar she wrote herself. A fabulous feat of self-congratulation that began celebrating the woman behind it all. Behind it all? Behind what? A shambolic outfit that specialises in selling out of all of its obscenely overpriced, mundane domestic products and never having anything available to buy? Apparently, it's all about the quality of her factory-produced items, and the Duchess is not interested in cutting corners just to meet demand. My advice, Meg, get interested in meeting demand and get interested fast, or as ever will soon be as never. But let's leave the unremarkable Ms Markle to her bizarre world of cookie dough, dried flowers, rosé plonk and scam jam and move on to that hapless husband of hers, a 40-year-old man-child lost in Montecito, ludicrously sensitive to criticism, incapable of ever seeing that anything is his fault, always pointing the finger at others, while with monotonous regularity boosting the bulging bank balances of his lucky lawyers, who he appears to have on speed dial. The litigious Duke's latest legal letter dispatched with anger after author Andrew Lownie claimed in his sensational new book entitled that Harry had a punch-up with Prince Andrew and bloodied his awful uncle's nose. Never happened, insists Harry. Old Ginger Nuts also refutes the story that Andy told him he was, and I quote, bonkers for marrying Meghan because she was way too old for him. Harry's spokesperson declared, "I can confirm that Prince Harry and Prince Andrew have never had a physical fight, nor did Prince Andrew ever make the comments he is alleged to have made about the Duchess of Sussex to Prince Harry." To which respected biographer Lownie responded that he looks forward to the Duke pursuing his complaint and the fresh disclosures it will bring. My guess? It's not so much the punch-up allegation Harry objects to, it's the questioning of Meghan's marital appropriateness, which sounds like classic Prince Andrew, a notorious oaf with the manners and morals of an alley cat on heat. But even if the disastrous Duke of York didn't say it, it's not a million miles from what William told Harry when he advised caution over rushing to the altar with a Hollywood actress on the make, which was the start of the Brothers at War feud that rages on to this day with very little hope of it ever ending. Testament to how the tempestuous royal redhead flies off the handle the moment anyone dares to speak ill of his sacredly special spouse. In the whole world, there's only one person who worships Meghan more than Harry, and that's Meghan. Meanwhile, the directionless prince's empty existence just got even emptier after the sad truth about his charity Sentebale came spilling out in a report pinpointing bad management, a serious lack of leadership, and a damaging boardroom battle that was allowed to play out in the public eye. In that furious row that erupted a few months back in March, seething Sentebale chair, Dr. Sophie Chandorka, accused Harry and other trustees of racism, sexism, and a prejudice against black women known as misogynoir. And she likened the imperious Duke's favoured method of fundraising, posh polo events in Florida to patronising white colonialism. All accusations Harry emphatically denied as he angrily quit, never to return. He co-founded Sentebale with his beloved late great mother Diana. Once he called the organisation's important mission to help African children made orphans by the scourge of HIV his life's work. Now the petulant prince has done what he always does in adversity: storm off and blame everyone else. And so another slice of Harry's dwindling sense of purpose dies a miserable death. What a crying shame. It is really, isn't it, Samara? I mean,
yeah.
He's only got himself. It is all his fault. All these crises that he finds himself at the centre of, like Sentebale, like the row with his brother, like the row with his dad and the whole of the royal family. The common denominator is him. Yes. There's something about this guy. He can't get along with other people. But nevertheless, Sentebale was a good charity, founded with his mum, Diana, and he flounced out furiously, and it's all over for him now. He's said to be devastated by this, has spent nights and nights and nights in Montecito into the small hours on the phone, shouting and screaming his fury about everyone else. But, what we got here, in my view, is a man with a personality problem.
Yeah, but the thing is, he didn't have that before Meghan. Meghan, in my opinion, is really the problem here. I mean, you're right about them living on their own planet, but the population is very much 2 people, and that's it. Because even this happy birthday post that Meghan had to do to herself is mainly because no one actually posted on her birthday to say happy birthday. None of her posh celebrity friends that she claims to have, no one from Hollywood, no Oprah, no Gayle King, no one wants to support them. They have basically tailspun their way into sort of irrelevance, and they absolutely have nothing left to show for it. I mean, they're on their own.
Yeah, it does seem to be, Meghan and Harry against the world, and I don't mean that in a good way. They're wrong and the world is right, as far as I can see. I spoke to Kinsey Schofield earlier in the week about this weird birthday wish. It's Meghan's 44th birthday the other day. And as ever, her hopeless online business that never sells anything, it sells out in 3 seconds of everything it ever tries to flog. They posted this birthday wish to Meghan, praising her to the hilt. She pours the magic and her vision into everything she does. We raise a glass. She's so fantastic and wonderful. It clearly was written by her because no one else wrestles with the English language as much as Meghan. So it was classic Markle word soup. Kinsey and I discussed this the other night.
I think it says a lot that she shuts the comments off. She knows that there are going to be people in the comment section that are like, what? Why are you wishing yourself a happy birthday? Get out of here. Also, isn't it unfortunate that she shares a birthday with the Queen Mother, Queen Elizabeth's mother? I'd much rather be talking about her. She was fun. She liked to have she knew how to drink. She could drink Meghan's rosé under the table. But unfortunately, here we are talking about Meghan Markle wishing herself a happy birthday on Instagram.
Yeah, let's sing that song for Meghan. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, dear Meghan me. It's just unbelievable, isn't it? Yes, narcissism is the word that springs to mind, Ash.
And I was thinking, about Harry, he's always angry. It's like he thrives on anger. But I was thinking before Meghan, he was never like that. He used to get himself in a lot of trouble. But it's like he's trying to deflect what's going on with his marriage and showing himself to be a man by falling out with everyone. But it's not really working. And another bit of never take advice off Prince Andrew about how old your girlfriend should be. You know what I mean? That's not a good idea. That's not good. And did they have a fight? Was Andrew blagging that he's an actual qualified helicopter pilot?
No. It was 2013, so it was way before Meghan hit the scene, and it's an unspecified dispute. The story in Andrew Lownie's book entitled, which is all about Andrew and Fergie. It's entitled The Rise and Fall of the House of York. And boy, oh boy, has the House of York fallen a long, long way. It's unspecified. They just said that Harry allegedly picked up on the fact that Andrew had said something derogatory behind his back.
No dog bowls involved.
About him. And it's not nothing. It's not William. That was a different.
I know,
fight.
but maybe it's a technique.
No, it's no dog bowls.
It's a royal technique that they use sometimes. The old dog bowl technique.
Okay, well, I'll just try and get to the end of this sentence if I can. Anyway, so it was this unspecified derogatory remark by Andrew, and apparently Harry took offence to it and beat the hell out of him. The story goes that Harry won the fight and that Andrew ended up with a bloodied nose, with his nose all over his face. Now, if I was Harry, I wouldn't deny that. I'd revel in it. I'd be very proud of it. Everybody wants to punch Prince Andrew. But I also spoke to Kinsey Schofield about this, because after this fight, apparently, according to Andrew Lownie, don't forget Prince Harry denies this. He denies there was a fight. But according to Andrew Lownie, after the fight, Harry crawled off to William and said, "I hate Andrew, I hate him, I hate him." But here's me and Kins discussing this.
Andrew told Prince Harry his marriage to Meghan would not last more than a month, and accused Harry of going bonkers and not doing his due diligence into looking into her past. He openly accused Meghan of being an opportunist and thought she was too old for Harry, adding that his nephew was making the biggest mistake ever. The source said that Harry later told Prince William he hated Andrew, and I think that the reason Prince Harry is going after the Daily Mail and Andrew Lownie legally is over what's included about Meghan Markle. Harry has a reputation for, the scuffles.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing about this fight, if it ever happened, I've got to stress, the Duke of Sussex denies it. But if it ever happened, at least Harry won that one. As you said, Ash, the one that he had over the dog bowl with Prince William, he lost. So,
he got battered. That means William's the hardest out of all of them.
Yeah. It could be.
I wonder if he sweats like Andrew, because Andrew never sweats, does he? So...
Yeah, why don't we line... Oh, he says he doesn't. Yeah. Why don't we line up all the royals, all the royal males? Yes. Well, maybe get the women involved, see who's the best fighter. Put them in the boxing ring. I think that's quite a good idea.
Princess Anne would win that.
It's not a bad idea.
No, I mean, Kinsey's bang on, though, with her assessment. I think that he's known for all these fights. He obviously wrote in his own book about the dog bowl fight. So I think this is really about Meghan.
The dog bowl fight.
Well, now you brought it back.
It wasn't a fight over a dog bowl. He just ended up falling into the dog bowl.
Used as a weapon.
We've all read spare. But what I'm saying is I think she's completely bang on. I think it's basically that... he doesn't want anything bad said about Meghan. She obviously gives him this victim complex, and he just goes after it. And I think they're just looking for legal battle after legal battle, and lawyers aren't cheap, Kev. I don't know where this is going.
Well, Andrew Lownie, this is interesting, Ash. Andrew Lownie, on the day we're filming this, I'll be interviewing him later on this evening. But I've interviewed Andrew a few times over the years, and he's a very thorough researcher. He's got a long-running legal battle, going with the royal family and the Home Office, Department of Home Security here in Britain, over the classified papers and documents concerning the life of Lord Mountbatten, who he wants to write a book about. Lord Mountbatten, of course, Louis Mountbatten, the beloved uncle of our King Charles, who was, of course, so horrifically murdered in a bomb attack by the IRA way back when, back in the early 80s, I do.
On a boat, I remember that.
Yeah, they blew the boat up. But the point about Lord Mountbatten, story goes that... his life was, shall we say, rather florid, rather sexually active. And Lownie's been trying to get these papers for a long, long time, but they're still under wraps. But here's the point.
Yeah.
This is a very thorough researcher. His response to this legal warning letter from Harry's lawyers, Harry's well-paid, very rich
From Harry, yeah.
There's no unemployment crisis in legal circles in Britain because of Harry.
Genuinely.
He keeps them all in loads of money. But Lownie says that he welcomes this legal letter. And he hopes that Harry pursues this case, and then he uses this quote, and all the disclosures it will bring. So Lownie is saying, you pursue this case, and I got more. I've got more.
Yeah.
But maybe Harry's using this because, you know, it was almost brought up by him was King Charles. And maybe this is a sort of way, a chess move by Harry to threaten Prince Charles that this will all be revealed.
Ooh.
And so he's using it as a sort of technique to get back in with him.
Well, that shows up far too much.
Yeah, Meghan would have thought of it.
Far too much.
I'll do that, darling.
Yeah, far too much cerebral thinking on Harry's part. And by the way, as we always say on this show, they always go, well, you know, in that household, of course, Meghan is the brains. He's not very bright. Yeah. Well, here's the deal. She is cleverer than him, but that's like people saying, you know the thing about Kevin O'Sullivan? He's cleverer than his spaniel.
Which
that's
isn't
the
true.
deal. It isn't very... Which isn't true. That's true. Chasbo's cleverer than me, I'll tell you. Actually, he's quite bright, come to think of it. No, seriously, she ain't that bright. She's just cleverer than him. So I don't think either of them would have come up with that plan. It's way too clever.
No, it is maybe I'm thinking too much. But they did, you know, she did, I think, get him cancelled when she announced that he was going to be meeting King Charles. Yeah. There's something going on in the background. And he wouldn't know, Harry, would he? He wouldn't realise.
I don't think there's ever anything going on in the background with Prince Harry. I don't think there's ever anything much going on at all. We better go to a bad ad.
Selective introductions to the beautiful people and their private phone numbers are waiting for you 24 hours a day. Call 1-900-500-5000 for those private phone numbers. $5 a call, adults only. For selective introductions to the beautiful people and those private phone numbers, call 1-900-500-5000. Do it now.
They're not sort of strikingly beautiful, those people, are they? I don't think I want their phone numbers. And on that bombshell, let's go to a real one. What just happened?
He's mad as hell. It's Kevin O'Sullivan.
Welcome back to part 2 of What Just Happened. And this, of course, is the point where we look at the big moment, the moment of the week where we think the best story unfolded. And no doubt about it, in my mind, this week it was Trump up on the roof. Yeah, so here he comes. He's up on the roof of the White House, walking along with all his acolytes, as you can see. The press, the gathered White House press corps, are down on the grass below, and they see the president up on the roof. They had no idea. They go, what the hell is he doing on the roof? So they start shouting at him. What are you doing up there, Mr. President? And he goes, I'm just taking a little walk. And then there's this moment unfolds as well.
Mr. President, what are you doing up there?
Looking good, Peter.
Yeah, so he's talking to some press operator there called Peter. As I say, he's already said, I'm just taking a little walk. Oh, it's the President of the United States, the most powerful man on the face of the planet, taking a little walk on the roof. Only Donald Trump. Anyway, of course, he then takes the opportunity to do this. He's now dancing on the roof. He's like a sort of West End musical. Trump on the roof, Fiddler on the roof. There you go.
Dancing on the
Look
ceiling.
at that. Only Donald Trump. Only Donald Trump. What they're doing, Samara, what he's actually going to do there, he was checking out plans for a $200 million new ballroom extension to the White House, which I am informed, in case American taxpayers get furious, will be funded privately. So he's off to see that. But, you know, he doesn't make any announcement. The press are down, you know, on the grass outside the White House. What's he doing up there? Yeah. Only Trump could do that.
I mean, it's hilarious when I think about what the Democrats were telling us even just barely a year ago, that the freedom of the press is going to get shut down. It's going to be North Korea in the US, you know, Trump's dictator #1. He takes questions everywhere. That's one thing I've noticed about him, whether he's on the plane, he's on the roof of the White House. He's always taking questions from reporters and answering them. And I think it's really impressive. And he's just having fun with it. It was hilarious to see Kamala Harris on Stephen Colbert this week, basically crying her eyes out to him. And
was she? Yeah. We should have done that. Why was she crying?
Well, she wasn't.
Because she lost.
She wasn't. I wouldn't crying her. I mean, I've overdone it a little bit. She probably wasn't crying, but she was lamenting about, you know, she's written this book called 147 Days, which is all about her.
We've got to do this next week.
Which is about her struggle. It's the funniest
147 disastrous days.
Yeah, it's
This is a book about her campaign.
Yes.
I wouldn't do that if I was you,
Forget
Kamala.
about it, yeah.
I would forget it if I was you, Kamala.
It's just so funny because she lives in her own world of like, oh, victim me, look what's happened to the world. And Trump's on the White House roof dancing. So, you know, that's what's going on right now.
Exactly right. He's a natural in the limelight. She was the very opposite. But Samara's right, isn't she, Ash, that this guy... I mean, transparency in government doesn't even begin to cover it. As I said before, Donald Trump must be the first human being in history to spend more of his life on television than he does off television. He's just constantly on telly. He keeps up a incessant dialogue with the people. I think that's a kind of a good thing.
Well, that's since Kennedy Nixon, it's been shown, you know, your image is more important, isn't it? Because, I mean, Nixon won on the radio when they did the debate and Kennedy won on the telly, and he's just the epitome of that. But remember, he's a building expert, so he was probably, you know, planning out the forecast for this building. I remember it when they got the Americans got rid of their embassy here and moved along the river, and it was a terrible deal. You had a prime site, and now you're in Battersea, which is a few miles out, you know what I mean? And it reminds me, and maybe he knows this, Churchill used to go on the roof of Downing Street, but he used to do it when the bombs were coming down because he got excited. Maybe he's taking a leaf out of that.
Yeah, that's very Churchillian right now.
But Churchill wasn't up on the roof saying, we're going to build a £200 million ballroom out the back.
And he couldn't move like that either.
Yeah.
$200 million in the scheme of things, and it's privately funded, is going to be amazing. I mean, it's going to be such a space to host all the events that he wants to do. I mean, he's actually building it for the future because I don't even think it'll be done by the time he's still in office.
No, sure.
So I think it's great. I think it's all part of this Make America Great Again thing that he wants to do and boost morale.
He's big on private investment, isn't he? So he's going to have a private ballroom. He's going to have a privately funded Qatar-supplied Air Force One as well.
The White House is going to be a Hilton by the end of the presidency.
I think there are problems with taking a plane from Qatar. You know, from an Arab nation. I'm not sure Qatar are actually, in the end, that friendly towards America, if you know what I mean. But I do think Trump's attempts to save the taxpayer money, are to be applauded.
Yeah, absolutely.
He does what he said before the election. One of the only politicians ever has done that.
I mean, there's certain things, the plane, the ballroom, he does not like the state of the White House. He does think it's a dilapidated
Apparently
old
it's got
shack.
damp. Apparently it's got terrible damp.
Air Force One is an old plane.
Yeah. You think, and apparently the ballroom, the interior design is very tasteful. So obviously Donald's had nothing to do with that. If it was down there, it would be like all gold plated.
Hey.
But you talk about the White House being damp. A lot of these big ceremonial buildings are not in...
But they're old, aren't they? I mean,
have you ever been to Buckingham Palace? I have.
I've not, no.
Buckingham Palace is falling apart at the seams. It's a right dump.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, you sound like Meghan in the Netflix documentary.
Well,
That's like
she had a point. she had a point about Buckingham Palace. It's awful. It's totally run down. It's like going to a homeless shelter.
Yeah, Parliament needs about £30 billion of work done on it. The actual Palace of Westminster, literally £30 billion. I mean, what are they having done there?
Yeah. That'll be taxpayer funded, though. That's the problem.
There's a Gothic old building that was never fit to be beside the river. It's as simple as that. Let's move on to what we call the small moment, but it's no small moment for Bill Clinton. He and his wife Hillary and Bill have been called to testify before a congressional committee about Bill's close friendship with his old pedo pal, Jeffrey Epstein. There they are with Ghislaine Maxwell, currently serving 20 years in a state penitentiary for her role, apparently, allegedly, in securing women, for young women, for Jeffrey Epstein. Now, what's fun about this? Well, unless you are Bill Clinton, is that his closeness to Epstein is an ongoing crisis, I think, for him. It's an ongoing problem. Let's have a look at this video.
By his own admission, Bill Clinton has spent time with Jeffrey Epstein. Tonight, the United States Congress wants the details. Letters sent to the former president and his wife Hillary contain subpoenas for depositions in the coming months. You flew on Jeffrey Epstein's private plane 4 separate times. You were also allegedly close to Ms. Ghislaine Maxwell, an Epstein co-conspirator. The committee believes that you have information regarding their activities that is relevant to the committee's investigation.
Could you translate that for us? Because that was in Australian.
Yeah, it was actually. That was not in English. Yeah, I was kind of getting flashbacks there. But it is really interesting. I mean, obviously, Bill and the Clintons in general were very close with the Epsteins and Ghislaine Maxwell, and Bill went on the Lolita Express multiple times.
Yeah, well, he was a regular on what we call on Epstein's Caribbean island, which of course was nicknamed Pedo Island, full of very young girls, and Bill was regularly there and was known to enjoy dining with some of the female residents of that benighted island. I mean, the interesting thing about this, Ash, this entire committee congressional investigation is it's been instigated and is being carried out by Republicans who are sceptical about Trump. And they kind of represent the MAGA people who still want the Epstein files fully released. And they don't appreciate the fact that Trump appears to have U-turned on that. And that's what this congressional investigation is about. It's about sceptical Republicans who still want to see these papers. And Pat Bondi, the Attorney General, she'll be called, the Clintons, and a whole host, a lot of Democrats as well. But Bill Clinton's relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, and the lovely young ladies that frequented Pedo Island and the Lolita Express, Epstein's private jet that used to fly down from America in, is a major problem for the former president, isn't it?
It's very, very dark and nefarious. And actually, what a lot of people strangely don't know is that he had this painting, or Epstein had a painting of Bill Clinton in his house. And there's a painting of Bill Clinton wearing Monica Lewinsky's dress. Ooh. It's a really, if you Google it.
After it had got dirty, or.
Well, exactly. That's the thing. He kind of had a string of pearls in his hands as well. It's disgusting.
Oh, we know what that means.
Yeah, but there's there's all these unexplainable things that make you think, what was actually going on there?
Well, we know
the
he likes young
Clintons have a
women.
lot to answer.
We know he likes
Well, we
young
know
women,
that,
so
yeah. I
sure.
mean,
Piece
with
of the
that
jigsaw.
scandal. So that man does not have a clean record, and neither does Hillary as well. I think both of them are really scammy type of people, and they've got a lot of skeletons in the closet.
It won't go away, will it?
I know what'll happen. He'll be sitting there in front of the congressional inquiry, all the those television cameras everywhere, and they'll go, and he'll go, listen to me carefully. I did not have sexual relations with any of those young women. And of course, when Bill Clinton says he didn't have sex with a woman, you can believe him, can't you? Not really. I wonder what Hillary thinks about that. Anyway, we look forward to that with interest. Let's go to another bad ad, shall we?
You want to give him something for Valentine's Day that he'll treasure forever? Then give him yourself, all wrapped up in glamorous color portraits from Glamour Shots High Fashion Photography. It's the hottest Valentine's gift idea in years. He'll love your beautiful portraits, and you'll have fun too. Your Glamour Shots photo session includes a complete makeover, hairstyling, wardrobe selections, 12 to 15 poses, and instant viewing of your color video proofs. Call today for an appointment. It's the perfect Valentine's gift.
We're getting very glamorous bad ads this week, aren't we? No, that's fantastic hairdos. You should get your hair like that.
Yeah,
Next week,
really
yeah.
should. That's actually how my hair is naturally. If you've ever, it's really concerning
It comes
stuff.
in, it's like that.
No, genuinely, it's like that.
Could you get my hair to look like a sheep with an overgrown fleece, please? Yes, I can do that, yeah. Let's go to some real ads. What just happened?
He's mad as hell. It's Kevin O'Sullivan.
Welcome back to part 3 of this fantastic edition of What Just Happened, and this is the section in which we go through a few of your questions, viewers' questions, and Samara has got them. What have you got, Samara?
Channel 4 has lost advertisers after broadcasting a documentary on Bonnie Blue. She slept with 1,000 men in one day. What do you think about this? I think you've got some thoughts.
That's all. Couldn't manage more.
Yeah. She's not trying.
So what she does, this is a young lady from the north of England. She's got a very strong northern accent. I was listening to her the other day. Could hardly understand a word she said. It was almost as bad as that Australian reporter. But anyway, she starts like that. You know, I slept with 1,000 men. I love it. I enjoy it. Anyway,
Turning me on, Kev. Stop it.
It's a weird thing because it ended up in a documentary. Her story ended up on one of the British channels, Channel 4, and everybody hated it. Because it's just porn, sort of a form. It's basically prostitution and porn. It's like the oldest story in the book. I don't know why suddenly we're focusing on this. You know, she's just a reasonably good-looking young blonde on the make. There's millions of them out there. Now, she's made millions and millions of pounds, millions of dollars, whatever you want to say.
$1.5 million a month, apparently.
Yeah, £1.5 million a month. But she's now been banned from OnlyFans. And when she went on to Channel 4, this documentary, Channel 4 thing, sex sells, everybody will tune into this. First of all, they got a very small audience. People are kind of repelled by her and her story. Because you can cross the line. You know, you can be interested in sex and sauciness and all of that and glamour. But this, I think, crosses the line into just sex and, porn and prostitution. So the people on Channel 4 were turned off. And she's done it again. She keeps doing this trick. I'll sleep with 1,000 men in a day. I don't care. I mean, by all means. She's been thrown off. She's been thrown off at OnlyFans. She's too disgusting even for OnlyFans. Channel 4 found out they got a small audience, and then all these advertisers said, we don't want to be anywhere near this programme. So they pulled their adverts, their commercials, and therefore Channel 4 didn't make any money from it. So there's money in all this for Bonnie Blue, but not much for anyone else. And I think she's about to do a tour of Australia, isn't she?
Yes, she's been doing tours of Australia
she's
with her
done Britain.
barely legal.
She's going to do Australia now.
I mean, it's really dangerous. She's basically gamified the porn industry in a way, and it's kind of another level. Of course, you used to have, a Playboy magazine. This is kind of... That Channel 4 documentary revealed how they put out sort of 300 TikTok posts of her and how it's almost like an active campaign. She trolls people on purpose in order to get this publicity and then get people going for her channel. And I don't want to make too many or draw too many lines here, but that is the blonde hair, blue-eyed British person that people see as a British woman online. And actually, it's quite interesting when we see these rising cases of rape among migrants in the country. There is a little bit of a correlation between, us showing that's what we are in the West and this is what we value and these things happening.
It's a free country. She can do what she likes, but I don't think she should be on mainstream television. I don't think she should be given the oxygen of publicity. I don't take any particular moral line on it, but apparently she makes all these guys who queue up to give her one.
But they're like the audience of porn,
She makes them wear. She makes them wear balaclavas. So I would turn the tables on her and say, "You wear the balaclava, eh?" And then you get 40 seconds apparently. To which I would say, well, when I finish, what do I do with the rest of the time?
Have a fag.
It's the degradation of our society as we know it. I'm sorry to get all big picture about it, but it's really, I mean, think about the men that are involved in this. What type of man goes to one of those events and goes and does that? I mean,
the people who watch porn, isn't it? I mean, it's like it's the audience, isn't it?
It leads to a lot of other issues that the West
But
is
they're
facing.
grasping at straws, Channel 4, you know, they say it's educational, like Naked Attraction, where they were all naked dating show. They say, oh, this is education. It's a way of getting around. They think they'll get advertising, bigger audience, but it's really backfired.
She laughs and everything like that, but if you actually see video of her after these encounters with 1,000 men, you should see what she looks. It's actually horrific. She looks like she's had the life drained out of her.
Do you know what she said? I heard an interview with her the other day, and it's not very family viewing this, but this is what she said. She says she loves this. She really enjoys it. She used to be like a healthcare receptionist. And she said it's really boring, really boring. So she's very excited by her new life.
That's a lie. She had to go to hospital, actually, after one of her encounters.
Well, I'm saying...
I'm saying that's a lie on her part.
What?
That she loves it and that she's
she still
perfectly
might, still might love it.
She still might love it.
But she actually said in an interview I heard, and it's disgusting, but she said, I really enjoy men rearranging my insides. I mean, you know, as I say, I take no moral line on it. Pornography's a thing. All she is, she's a product of the porn industry, basically a prostitute, has sex for money. Good luck to her. But we should not, television shows like this should not be giving her the oxygen of publicity.
You should have seen the queue round the block at the healthcare centre. I mean, it really was unprecedented. They're all coming in for their jabs.
It's hard to get a medical appointment these days in this country. Let's move on to the next question.
Marks & Spencer has hired a transgender person to help teenage girls to try on bras. Is this acceptable?
Well, what happened was, this is a big story in this country, folks, and be interested to know what you think about this in Australia, America, and everywhere else. But I think it's just wrong. It's horrible. Basically, this 14-year-old girl here in Britain went to this famous family department store. It's in every town's got one in Britain, called Marks & Spencer. I think there have been a few in the States in the past and around Europe. Maybe they're in Australia. Are they in Australia? No?
No.
No, but it's a very traditional, classic British store. It's been with this nation for 150 years, something like that. So it's a family store where you get your clothes, you get food, everything. Big department store. So this 14-year-old girl goes there with her mum for her very first bra fitting. You know, I've never been involved in that kind of situation, but I think it's a special moment for a mum and a daughter to go to the store.
It's the most awkward moment.
Well, I guess so, but then again, it's where a mum comes into play to help her daughter.
My mum had to drag me.
It's a tradition, isn't it?
To drag you, screaming,
I
want a bra! I want a bra!
Trust me, it's not a special moment anyway.
Yeah, but that was only last week.
Finally.
Yeah, but seriously, so this 14-year-old girl and her mum go to the shop, to the store, and so she's standing there looking at a few bras, and she picks one. She's got a few. She wants to try them on, and up comes the sales assistant to say, "Oh, can I help you try these on?" The sales assistant turns out to be a 6'2" trans woman, or let's call him what he is, a 6'2" guy in a dress. Now, Marks & Spencer, we nickname Marks & Sparks here in Britain. Marks & Spencer say, oh, it's inclusive. We want this place to be an inclusive space for the staff and customers. But they really apologised to this mum. The mum said her daughter was absolutely traumatised. The mother was furious. And they stormed out of the shop, no bras bought, of course. Marks & Spencer's apologised and said, oh, we're really sorry. We're really, really sorry this happened. But they've made no pledge for this not to happen again, and no pledge for blokes in dresses to no longer work in their lingerie departments. Now, they've got to do that. They've got to do that. You know, my view on trans women, trans people, if you're a bloke, a guy, and you want to spend your life in a dress pretending you're a woman, great, knock yourself out, you know, whatever makes you happy. But don't start going up to 14-year-old girls and saying, can I help you try that bra on?
Yeah, because you'd know, wouldn't you, even if you were trans, that this is a 14-year-old girl would feel uncomfortable. And also, apparently, he was
Well, you wouldn't, though, because that man has never been a 14-year-old girl.
Yeah, but I'd know that, so he'd know that. You know,
the man has never been a 14-year-old girl at their first bra fitting. That's what I'm saying.
No, that's
So
true,
This is
yeah.
not
Everyone
a
should go through it, yeah.
This is not a situation where a guy should be involved. This is absolutely ridiculous. But what is more ridiculous, Samara, is the fact that Marks and Spencer's, this department store, won't say that it won't happen again. They're talking about, it's inclusive, our staff work in all departments. No, you've got to ban this.
It's disgusting, actually. And he wanted to help her with the bra fitting, which, just to say as a woman, is actually a pretty intimate experience. It involves measuring different things and actually taking a top off and stuff. So I agree with you.
Can you demonstrate that?
Yeah, he was lending a helping hand. Stop
this is why you need to be out. Out of the dressing room. Out of the change room.
There's me going, it's so inappropriate, and then I make that inappropriate joke. I apologise for my inappropriate joke.
But I agree with you, because ultimately, they kind of probably get off on it a bit. I do think, why are you asking a little girl about trying on her first bra? You're a man. Get out.
It's creepy. It's creepy. You know, I just wish we had a President Trump running this country, because this kind of nonsense would be banned. The best thing I ever saw in my life was old Donald coming into power and making that speech, just cancelling wokery. No more wokery. And it's over. But here we are still drowning in it. Your home country, Australia, is steeped in it. It's useless. It's an affront to common sense. And in this case, a young girl trying on her first bra, it's an affront to common decency. It's got to stop. One more question, Samara.
US Vice President J.D. Vance will be staying at David Lammy's house when he kicks off his British vacation. I believe that's in the Cotswolds. Despite differences, they are good friends. Is there anyone you're friends with that would surprise us?
I'm not sure. I think that the Vice President has rented a house in the Cotswolds area, which for our American friends is where Ellen DeGeneres lives. So, JD, if you're watching, you might want to sort of think of a different area to spend your vacation in. I'm not sure that it's David Lammy's house in the Cotswolds, but it did emerge that when he comes to Britain, he's going to spend some time with our Foreign Secretary, who stands for everything that J.D. Vance doesn't. You couldn't get two guys more opposed politically. They are literally at the opposite ends of the political scale. But apparently they're close friends off screen. So, yes, it does surprise me that they're going to spend time together. It surprises me that they're friends. Does it surprise you, Ash?
In a way, it doesn't, because he's quite Lammy's thick and everything, but he's quite charming.
He is really thick. He's really dumb. He's really dumb.
He's a good talker and he's quite charming. And he's not going to know him very well, will he, J.D. Vance? He's met him a few times.
We're talking about the same David Lammy. Charming. Charming.
He can sound quite
He's Prince Charmless.
He's not underneath it, though. He's one of those people that can sing, and I think he's fallen for it, J.D. Vance. You know what I mean? And he'll realise he's not a good bloke at all.
He's got all the charm of a charging buffalo. He's not charming.
Well, he looks like a charging buffalo.
He looks like a charming one at that. He's Prince Charmless, I'll tell you. Yeah. But, you know, J.D. Vance, I mean, perhaps, you know, that phrase, opposites attract, so politically they're opposite. Also, J.D. Vance is a remarkably intelligent guy. Really educated, very smart. So he must be attracted to his opposite number, the incredibly dumb David Lammy. Maybe it's that. So shall we go to a bad ad?
A break from work, a welcome sight. Hot beef, Bovril puts us right. It bucks us out, warms right through, helps us through the day.
Bovril, delicious, warming, reviving. There's nothing quite like Bovril's beefy taste to put new heart into you. Fast.
It backs us up, warms right through, helps us through the day.
Well, for our viewers around the world, particularly America, Australia, Canada, I've got to explain Bovril. It's like a kind of meat spread that you put on sandwiches and bread and stuff like that. But you can also take a spoonful of it, put it into a cup, and then you put boiling water on it, and it turns into this kind of hot meat beverage.
So versatile.
It's very popular at football matches, soccer matches. A couple of seasons ago, I went to Fulham Charlton.
Oh dear!
I don't know why I'm telling. Yeah, Fulham Charlton.
Their soccer ball
means
teams.
a lot. No, it's at Charlton. Anyway, I thought, because football fans always drink this, I thought, I'm going to go along with it. So I said, I'll have a cup of Bovril.
Oh, no.
Traditional. I'll go back to the stand. It's disgusting.
It's like a black paste, isn't it? It's better than grit. It's not as good as grits are. I do prefer
Someone
grit,
actually died from consuming too much of it. I was reading an article about that.
What?
Bovril overdose.
What, the actual drink?
Yeah, they had eaten it, like a jar of it every day for 12 years and ultimately died.
That'll do it.
Because, in Australia, if you don't get Bovril, maybe you do, but it's like Vegemite, only this one is made of meat. Over here we have Marmite.
Yeah.
Marmite is like, you either love it or you hate it. But it's really divided.
Like you, Kev.
My feeling about Marmite is I'm completely different about it. I don't neither love it nor hate it.
That's impossible.
They try to make.
You are Marmite, Kev.
I am Marmite. Yeah. They try to make out it's this big thing. Oh, you either love it or you hate it. As if any of us have any strong feelings about that brown spread. We don't. Bovril, though, absolutely delicious. Let's go to some real ads. What just happened?
He's mad as hell. It's Kevin O'Sullivan.
Welcome back. It is the final part 4 of this remarkable episode of What Just Happened. And of course, regular viewers will know that at this point, it's the complaints department where we go through some of the messages that you've been kind enough to send us. I say this every week, but we get thousands and we really appreciate it. Even if you hate us, and you hate the show, it's good to hear from you. But if you love us, it's really good to hear from you. Let's get going. What have you got, Samara?
Janet D says, Kevin, I love this format with Samara and Ash. Ash's little one-liners are hilarious. You all compliment each other. I hope you keep Ash. That's got like 100 likes.
Oh, there you go. Well, we are keeping Ash. Yeah, he's here to stay.
From my mum, that was.
He's here to stay. He's like the plague. You just can't get rid of him. Go on, Ash.
This is from Sharon, and she says, American here. I love the UK, so sorry all this is happening to your country. How do you go about getting rid of Starmer and Khan, or will they drag you out of bed in the middle of the night and disappear you for organising against them? Also love Samara and Ash praying for you guys. Yeah, we need more than prayers. We need an American invasion.
Has that got a name on it?
Sharon.
Sharon, yes, yeah, Sharon. Thank you very much. And very astute observations about our poor country here. Yeah. You're right. I mean, our government is getting more and more sinister by the day. Last summer, a few riots. They chucked hundreds of people in jail, gave them grotesquely disproportionate jail sentences. They put 12 people in prison for writing nasty messages on social media, Facebook and Twitter. In prison for writing nasty things on Twitter. I mean, come on. That's ridiculous. So, Sharon, you are right. We've got to watch our step. Otherwise, old Keir Starmer, Jackboot Starmer, will throw us in jail. He's a dictator. He's a tyrant, and freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom in this country under this socialist dictatorship is dying, and it's very worrying. Next, Samara.
Red Rum True Crime says, yay, snarky Samara is back. Welcome back, mate. Your absence was missed last week. No offence, Kins, but I see you most days. Oh, that's sweet.
Snarky.
Yeah,
Snarky
Samara. Yeah.
Snarky Samara.
I like that. I mean, I'll take it.
It is good to have you back. Kinsey was great.
Yeah, he's amazing.
But you're great as well. So I can't believe I said that.
Yeah, this is wow.
Ash is great.
Yeah.
Ash is great.
No, I really can't believe you said that.
Me not so much, but two great people here.
Let's just all hold hands.
Let's think kumbaya, shall we? Let's not. What do you got, Ash?
This is from Purple Dot. It says, Flash Ash is the best, keep him on. Kevin is always number one. Samara, beautiful as ever. Best show, guys.
Name again? Name was that? So
That's,
Purple Dot. Well, Mr. Dot, Miss Dot, Purple Dot, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you. I agree with you about those two. Not so much me, but you stuck with me because I have to host the show. You can't get rid of me. No what just happened. Go on, Samara.
Terry Lyon says, I just love your show, especially with Samara and Ash. They are brutally honest. Unfortunately, no filter here.
That should be our sort of strap line for the show, shouldn't it? What just happened? Brutal.
Yeah.
With snarky Samara.
So with snarky Samara and Flash
Kevin.
Ash and disastrous Kevin. Go on, Ash, what do you got?
This is from Miranda Llewellyn. Love the programme, but please, Samara, please stop shouting.
Never.
That's just the way she talks.
Yeah,
It just sounds like it.
On all my report cards, it even said that.
Well, that's it for the complaints. It is now time to finish on a bad ad that I think the British viewers will remember well.
And all because the lady loves milk tray.
And on that commercial bombshell, that's the end of this week's fantastic edition of What Just Happened. Big thanks to Flash Ash. Special thanks to Samara Gill. Thanks to me as well. Haven't I been great? No. We will see you again next week. Same time, same place, right here on Talk. See you next week.